Casper Jones. I handcraft skateboards for Life Skateboards, and you're watching Days with Casper. Unfortunately, today I forgot my mics, so you're going to have to bear with the bad audio. What's up, Heaven? Thank you for popping in here. Here's the website where you can get these handcrafted boards. And when you get a board from us, we're going to make it for you right here. You're likely going to see it made live here on the channel. We do everything in-house here at Life Skateboards. We handcraft the boards, we press them, we shape them, we roll the glue on them, and we apply the graphics. What you're seeing here in the background is new to me as well. This is Sam's new template holder, which is pretty neat. He's got another one right here for the giant ones. I'm doing all right. I'm pretty tired. But yeah, Sam's been finding a way for us to store all these templates here. Real quickly, I'm going to show you guys the pressing room. We're getting an order of veneer in here shortly. But here's where the veneer is stored. Here's where we glue everything up right here, and here's where we press everything. Really quickly, I'm going to write down the time. Alright. And again, apologies for the bad audio. You know it, and this early in the morning too, Photo Demon. You know it. Alright, so we're just doing 3 today, and then I gotta go and get some side work done, so I'm going on a skate trip this weekend. We're gonna make another video. Going out to Columbia Station again, go skate at the lagoon, and we're gonna stop at Stoke Run on the way back, because I have heard some unfortunate news. Stoke Run is at risk of being gone, so if you haven't made it out to Stoke Run, check it out. And if you don't want it gone, voice your opinion. Alright, so we're going to throw a respirator on and get started here. If you're unfamiliar with the steps that happen here, we press the boards. They're under pressure for 24 hours. They cure for 7 days. And then the shape is cut out. When the shape is cut out, this is what the edge looks like. Thank you, I love them too. But the edge right here needs to be at a 90 with the concave, just for the next step to round it off to work. So we're going to do that with this double knuckle right here. The double knuckle is available at lifeskateboard.com. What's up, Paul? We're going to get started here. Again, sorry for not having a mic today. If you guys enjoy what you're watching, make sure you double tap that screen for me. Share it for me. Share it on your Instagram, Facebook, Discord, MySpace. I don't care. Whatever you do. Exactly. That's a good step. That's a good step in the process right there. Pretty board right off the bat here. I'm going to make sure you guys get a good angle on it. Make sure you guys can see that real nice. And again, sorry for the audio. Alright. You know what? Nope. I want you guys the same height. There we go. That'll be a good one. step here, and I actually have to air up the drum right here. This is an air bladder with a sleeve on it. Need to go grab the compressor hose, and I'll be right back. Gonna clean off the sleeve before we get started as well. Alright. Get the abrasive cleaner out from under here. Clean this off. Alright. And remember, you guys can get these boards at lifeskateboard.com. That's lifeskateboard.com. Wheel, and then it's onto the Orbital. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask there. you guys right over here. And this is the final step of sanding before graphics are applied. So here at Life Skateboards, we apply all of our graphics with hand-carved Lino blocks. Thank you, appreciate that. We try really hard. But those Lino blocks are kind of like a big stamp. The reason we do that is heat transfers ruin skateboards because heat weakens the bond between wood and glue. So it doesn't really matter how easy it is to apply those graphics. It doesn't sit well with us to pass damage on to the customer. So this final step is just bringing everything to a 150, removing any excess glue that the other tools couldn't reach, and cleaning up the rails. What if you sand too much? You just don't. So that's kind of why, that's why all these steps are involved right here. So each one of these steps is going to remove less and less material. So let's say there's a little bit of glue right here on the board. If I tried to get that off while we were on the drum, it would remove too much materials from the rail. I'm sorry, too much material from the rails. But yeah, you just don't do it wrong. I love this hat too. Low card is rad. In fact, you're gonna see some. It's all good. I understood. That session from the Life Bowl. Where some of those photos are gonna end up in an article with low card really soon. This is from low card. We make everything, nothing matters. So yeah, any shape you're thinking of, we probably make. We've got all the popsicles too for those that don't like the shaped boards, but we've got some boards that are named after the era they're from, like the 1986, 86.5, the 93, and then quite a few shapes that just have their own names, like the Cathedral, the Shovel Head, the Double Shovel, Bottle Cave, Pointy Nose, Pointy Pool, Hammerhead, all kinds of stuff. So. How are my lungs after the sanding? Pretty damn good, considering it's connected to a HEPA-approved dust extractor, and I wear a respirator for the rest. But good, thank you for caring. The company I work for is Life Skateboards. I'm the sole hourly employee here working with the owner. So the more boards you guys order, the more work I have. The more work I have, the more I get to show you. The more I get to show you, the easier it is to do these lives. So appreciate you guys. These are some high quality handcrafted decks. I fell in love with them before I was one of the people making them. Alright, top fly to the 150. Now we're going to get to the bottom fly. Makes nothing matter. We got you. If you're looking to get a board from us, you can select your wheelbase, you can select your ply number, you can select your graphic, you can select your graphic color, you can ask us to roll the background a certain color, and depending on size, you can choose different concaves. We have a really deep concave that we're really well known for and proud of, but we do offer a mellow concave for our boards that are 925 and below. Do we ship overseas? We ship all over the world. I will warn you, international shipping sucks right now. You have given me the opportunity to use this just for you. Boop. If you don't know what HEPA approved is, I'm going to ask you to look it up, but this is a HEPA approved dust extractor. tried to come up with a Bane quote about a mask, but I couldn't think of one, so sorry. Your mind out a little bit. So if you don't, approved dust extractor is good for 99.97% of all fine dust particles. People told me to put a mask on is the reason I did a bunch of research into that. But the more you know, this is the kind of dust extractor that's safe to use in hospitals and places with where you can't have any dust. Awesome. Thank you, Festool, for making such a really cool, helpful tool here. Tool? Piece of equipment. That's what I meant to say. There you go. Yeah, there's tons of dust on my clothes everywhere else because I wear a mask while I'm using the stuff that makes more dust. If I wasn't using this dust extractor, you guys would have a really hard time seeing through the lens on there. There was a point where the dust extractor in Muncie stopped working and I had to wear a mask while I was doing this. Everything was covered in like the finest dust possible. It was insane. And now that's why I'm glad we have this dust extractor. Now the top and bottom are clean. We're gonna clean up the rails on the board here. So the name is actually based, the company started in 2012 as a board company and it was a skate shop in the early 2000s. Sobriety gave my boss a new life in skateboarding. There you go. Him personally, does it have a religious tie to it? I'm sure, yes. But he's very respectful of everything else. I'm not personally religious, but we have the same mentality of sobriety giving us a new life, so pretty good name right there. But no, it wasn't in response to anything. It was literally just sobriety giving him a new life. But ironically, I did leave a company. Of course, yeah. I don't hate on it either. I really respect that he's extremely respectful of other people's worldviews as well, so at least with mine. We're bringing everything to a 150. We've bounced around to like finer grits before, but the ink and the Lino blocks like to slide around if you get it too smooth on there. Hey, what's up, Luke? Never mind. That's information you probably already knew. Everybody, that's Luke Nation in the chat right there. You'll recognize him from the skate trips that he takes. Luke, I forgot my mic today. Do I wear my hair in pigtails? No, I don't, but thanks for caring about my vanity. I appreciate you. Somebody's got to do it. Yeah, the mic definitely helps. It removes like any background noise, but you can still hear the hum of the equipment, which I know is why a lot of people end up watching these lives later on. I don't understand it. Some people love it, but Luke Soup? Luke Soup? Luke, you're now forever going to be known as Luke Soup. Thanks to Paul in the chat there. Well, I'm glad you like that, but if you're here for skateboard making, I'm here to help you out with that. I can't help you with the other thing unless it's just looking at. Sorry. Alright, let's throw this respirator on, and we will move on to the next step here. Alright, there's the boss man saying that veneer is showing up in an hour, so that's going to change my day plans here. We're going to get through these two boards, and then I'm going to get the other room ready for a veneer order. We got a mega roll right here. This thing is gigantic. Morning lives don't seem to do too well. That's alright. I don't mind doing them. I think this is 14.6, but let me pull out a tape measure. Yep. 14.6 inches wide. That is correct. You know it. Alrighty, now we're on to the orbital sanding. And remember, if you have any questions, feel free to ask here. If you like what you're watching, double tap that screen for me. And subscribe to catch more lives like this. We got another monster board right after this one. And then I am going to end the live, or maybe I'll hang out with you guys while I clean up the other room. Probably do that. I want to get the veneer room ready for the order to come in. I do need to get some other stuff done. Who knows? Maybe I'll go live pressing later on today too. Yeah, I do have veneer coming. 1 second here. Don't need that thing on anymore. That was a joke from the boss man there, and that was one of the first jokes that Sam ever told me while we were working at Life. It's a great one. Tell him your follow-up. Tell him your follow-up. What happens if I get you sick from it? There you go. Casper's Keepers in the chat there. What's up? Bottom ply. That one-word question. The one-word question. It's a regular one, but I'm going to ask you a question in response. Do you know what HEPA approved means? You wonder where this goes? We're all learning today. There it is. We got the one-word questions coming in real big, real fast. No, I'll put a mask on for the other tools. This guy's hooked up to a HEPA-approved Festool dust extractor right here, so. Why, thank you. You know what I love? I love these skateboards. Right here. These handcrafted high-quality skateboard decks. And I love that they're called Life Skateboards, because then when I advertise them to you, I can yell, "Get a life!" And it's me wanting you to buy a skateboard, not me being a dick, so. I'm glad people think that. Grateful for the opportunity, Sam. Thank you. You know we do. It's a nice double entendre situation. But I have definitely said get a life to someone with no context, and it has not turned out very well for me. Do we ship to the UK? We ship all over the world. International shipping is ridiculous right now, though, just a heads up. So check what it is on the website, and if you order with some friends, it'll offset it. I wish I could just fly across the ocean and give it to you myself. I wish. But we do ship all over the world, and it is worth it. We've shipped to Japan, Norway. Sam's in the chat. I'm sure he can tell you all the places we've shipped to that I'm not listing correctly right there. All right, so this 14.6-inch massive beast is ready for graphics. This is the one that I kickflipped yesterday on the short I posted for the live. Woo! You know it, guys. Life Skateboards everywhere. Everybody wants their handcrafted, high-quality skateboard decks. Yeah, you want to skate it? Well, you can get them. They're available at lifeskateboard.com. 13-inch slappies with a little bit of an overhang on the wheel seems to set up pretty well with that. I'm going to be really honest. I'm about to set up some like 30mm wheels on that thing because I want to see what it's like. And we've got some father and son up in Fort Wayne making some wheels, and they started out making some really weird ones. So these things are like this big. They're tiny, tiny little things. I can't wait to skate that. It's going to be fun. 9-inch pool decks. I wonder, yeah, we've definitely got some cool shapes in it at 9. We've got a ton of shapes that are good at 9 inches. Let's see here. Let me pull a tape measure out and just kind of check these templates. My guesses are correct here. Yep, just a little over 9-inch on the Rocket. Let's see. The pointy pool. Ooh, the pointy pool is 10 inches wide. But yeah, if you check out lifeskateboard.com, you're going to see a ton of boards in that 9-inch range. The shovel head is a 9. The Stinger is a 9. I used to skate that. The Big Twin is a 9.1. The Rocket, I believe, is a 9 on the front truck bed. Lots of really cool 9-inch boards. The website, thank you for the reminder. Everybody that's watching, screenshot this for me if you get a chance. I took the time to write this backwards just for you guys because I don't know how to make the website pop up on the lives without moving the chat to a really weird spot that I don't want it. So here's this. I tried Streamlabs. It's not working out for me. LifeSkateboard.com. If somebody ever wants to help me out with that, let me know. You have to be local because I want to hang out. I want to like actually do that one with you. So, but all right, we're gonna shape this other one. Right here. Another beast. And this guy, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is an 8-ply monster right here. Whew. Somebody really wanted a heavy skateboard. And remember, you can pick whatever ply number you want. We're going to suggest 6 on our gigantic skateboards because it's going to take some weight down off of it. But if you want a tank that can take out small children at the skate park when you let it run away from you, you can get an 8-ply, I guess. Just use it responsibly. I can't imagine getting just absolutely obliterated with one of these things. Like somebody shoots out across the park with an 8-ply 14.6-inch behemoth. Ah, that's scary. Sam, it's starting to make sense why one of our boards was confiscated as a weapon. Oh, cool. That's awesome. Sam just said is this 8-ply monster is going to mech shift snow skate. Mech shift, MEK shift, has gotten boards from us in the past and turned them into snow skates. So this thing is going to be careening down a mountain with a ski on it. That's pretty cool. So that thing I said about taking out small children at the skate park with one of these behemoths. Imagine this thing just flying down a mountain at you. I need to see video of this happening. I'm gonna need to see that. Hey, what's up? Thanks for hopping in here. You're getting a new skate park? That's awesome. I can't wait for the park. The town closest to the shop is supposed to be getting a skate park, a better one. There's a really crappy one there. And then the park that I got painted, fingers crossed on a master plan coming through for it. And as soon as a master plan happens on the rest of Community Park, then we will get a park. Hey, thanks for tuning in. Finishing up this last board, then we're going to clean up the shop, and a veneer order should be coming in shortly. Wheel. I see something Sam said. Oh, looks like the delivery guy will be here in 12 minutes. Awesome. Yay! It is going to be pretty wild. Well, guys, you're going to come in here and hang out with me while I get some stuff ready for a veneer order. All right. And that just means clearing out this space over here. Again, sorry that I don't have the mic today. Looks like you guys are going to end up seeing some boards get some veneer get sorted. And maybe even, you'll see boards get pressed too. I need to get that done. because I'm going to be going out of town for the weekend, so I'm going to get all this done as it happens. It doesn't matter if it was short notice, just got to get it done. All right. Curious what's coming in. Get this garage door cleared off here. Got to get everything ready to go here. Throw these pictures up here. Currently taking a little pause from board making. We got a veneer order coming in. So I gotta get the area ready here a little sooner than I anticipated. Might end up ending live and going live again, but we might just hang out here while I'm getting this all ready. So when the veneer comes in, I'm going to sort it into face and core quality, and then we can get everything ready to press. We might as well empty out one of the presses while we wait. Yeah, that'll work. That's pretty much it. Usually I got to do a lot more organizing, but not too much here. Just got to be waiting and ready for them now. I'm going to go ahead and empty out the press that we got right here. What day did we do? When did I press these? It's the... Hold on a second. I got to check the time, the date. Alright, so I just got to lower these. Let's bring you guys over here. You might as well watch what I'm doing. So these jacks just need to be lowered. There it goes. Just gotta grab a Sharpie so I can mark the dates on these. And these guys go into a stack of their own concave to cure for a week. Alright, sounding like somebody's here, so Bear with me while I go and grab this stuff, guys. Hey, what's up? How much? Ross bringing the beer in. How's the drive up here? Not bad. Well, guys, I am going to go ahead and end the live here. I'm going to help him unload it. We're going to start another live in a moment here. Thank you, Smokey. I appreciate it. But I'm going to go ahead and end the live so I can talk with him out there while we're moving stuff in. Stay tuned. Make sure you get subscribed, turn on notifications, and I'll be back in a little bit. See you guys.